Hello, everybody. Today we've got a 2024 battle between Amy Klobuchar for the Democrats and Donald Trump for the Republicans. This is another one suggested to me in the comments. Seems perfectly reasonable, so let's get started. It's going to come down to the same handful of states. I spent some time sitting there trying to figure out which way these states would go. There's several that are just too close to call, but really quickly, everybody knows everything about Donald Trump. There's not much more you could add. He's scandal-plagued, he riles up the base, he's better in the Rust Belt, he's a shock to the system, he's probably weaker in the suburbs, voters might find the economy when he was in office to be attractive. There's endless things you could say about Trump. I've covered it all in previous videos. Amy Klobuchar, I've also covered her. She's pure establishment. She seems nice enough, I suppose, but I find her to be very, very bland. I don't think she would really excite anybody. Certainly not progressives, and as far as run-of-the-mill liberals, I think she would do as well as Hillary Clinton. She might lean into her identity. I think that's a bad move, but aside from that, I really just don't see her bringing much to the table. She's not from a swing state. I wouldn't say she's entirely scandal-free. Compared to Trump, she is. But sometimes the mild choice can win. Take a look at Biden in 20. He was able to get it done. Maybe Klobuchar could do the same. So let's go through these states. We'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. Alaska is first. That's still going to be over 10 points. If Trump had a complete meltdown, it could get down to high single digits, but I think it's more likely it goes safe for Trump. Hawaii is going to be safe for Klobuchar. Now we go to the West Coast. Washington, Oregon, California, over 10, safe for Klobuchar. Now we've got Nevada, a competitive swing state. In this matchup, I do think Trump could flip it, but every little factor matters. The running mate, the national environment, the economy, the list goes on. And so it's a coin flip, but eventually I settled on a tilt for Trump. Idaho, Utah, safe for Trump. Now we've got Arizona. This was one of the hardest states on the map for me. It really moved away from the Republicans since 2016. Trump is not the right candidate for Arizona. At the same time, I don't think Klobuchar is either. Klobuchar to me reminds me of Katie Hobbs. Very unexciting, but maybe still a winner. So this could go to Klobuchar. I do think it could be very narrow depending on the economy, but with the trends, I am going to narrowly give it to Klobuchar by a tilt margin. Montana, Wyoming, safe for Trump. Colorado, it's tough to see Trump getting this under 10, but there's a possibility for lack of enthusiasm with Klobuchar that it does get down to 9 points, but I think it'd probably be 10.5 to 11.5, safe for Klobuchar. New Mexico is going to be likely for Klobuchar. North Dakota, South Dakota, safe for Trump. Nebraska, at large, safe for Trump. The 2nd district, that's going to be friendly for Klobuchar. She'll win it by 2 or 3, maybe 4 points, so leans for Klobuchar. Kansas, over 10, safe for Trump. Oklahoma, way over 10, safe for Trump. Down to Texas, even if Klobuchar can win Williamson County, I still think there's enough deep red vote out there, and Trump is going to win it, and I think it would be by over 5 points. Now let's go up to Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar's home state. With her on the ballot, I've got to give her a bounce, and I think it would clear 10 points, so we've got to put this as safe for Klobuchar. One state south to Iowa. It does border Minnesota, but this state has moved very far away from the Democrats. It would take the right mix to make it competitive. This matchup is not the right mix. It's going to go likely for Trump. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, safe for Trump. Now let's go to Wisconsin, another competitive state. Could go either way. I thought about it a while, and I can see giving it to Klobuchar because of the proximity, and after considering all the trends in different counties, different parts of the state, I am going to narrowly give this one to Klobuchar by another tilt margin. Illinois, safe for Klobuchar. Now we've got Michigan, the other Rust Belt state that Trump won very narrowly in 16, narrowly lost it in 20. It's tough to say. It's a little bluer than Wisconsin. I'm going to give it to Klobuchar by a tilt margin. Maybe she has a great night, goes 5 points for her, but maybe Trump does scramble the turnout map, and he's able to win it by 1.5 points. Next state, Indiana, safe for Trump. Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, safe for Trump. Down in Florida, Trump's new home state. He's going to win it. It's not going to be 10 points. It's going to be over 5, though, likely for Trump. The next state, Georgia. This in Arizona, I spent the most time thinking about, and the trends are just not there for the Republicans. It's usually about the Atlanta suburbs, combined with the turnout of the red Trump counties, and I think it could go either way, but I was just unable to give it to Trump due to the trends, so she's going to get it by a tilt margin. South Carolina, safe for Trump. North Carolina, Virginia, still going to go red for Trump by at least 1 point, could be 3 or 4. I don't think Amy Klobuchar is the right fit in the South, and I don't think she could flip North Carolina. Now let's go to Ohio. This is a fairly easy call. It's going to go likely for Trump. If Klobuchar is weaker than I think, it's possible this could hit 10 points. I think they'd be a bit too generous for Trump. I think it would probably be more like 8 points, but I think it would definitely be over 5. West Virginia, safe for Trump. Up to Maine at large, likely for Klobuchar. First district, safe for Klobuchar. Second district, high single digits, could even get over 10, but to be cautious, I'm going to say likely for Trump. New Hampshire, Trump not a great fit here. This is going to go to Klobuchar, probably by a comfortable margin, so we're going to say it's likely for Klobuchar. Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., safe for Klobuchar. 2 states left. Let's go to Pennsylvania. This is extremely close again. I could easily make a case for either side winning it, but in the end, Trump's going to get the Western turnout and do better in the Northeast, and he's going to get it by a tilt margin. And we have a rare red Pennsylvania, blue Wisconsin. Last state, Virginia, that's going to be likely for Klobuchar. And the final total is 278 for Klobuchar, 260 for Trump. And as I said, this was very, very narrow. The usual states could absolutely go either way. It all depends what you want to focus on. You could say Trump is so scandal-plagued, there's no chance he's going to win Pennsylvania. He's going to get wiped out in the Philadelphia suburbs. Clark County and Nevada, the margins are not going to be there. He can't win it. I completely get it. I also understand Klobuchar not being progressive, not exciting voters, not having much charisma, and those are all liabilities. Sure, she would try to just maintain her composure and paint Trump as crazy and extreme and dangerous, and maybe that works, but maybe voters also think they want to vote for something and not just vote against somebody. And then of course you could go down the list of all the issues. I'm sure Klobuchar's going to hit abortion hard, but again, if that's all she's going to talk about, it's going to get old. I think Trump's going to be stronger on immigration. Obviously can't only talk about that either. There's a ton of other issues out there. Klobuchar's going to be better on economics. I think Trump is probably going to be better on more cultural issues. Of course, there's always exceptions depending on the candidate and the issue, but I try to do the best I can to separate out my own personal opinion. I try to go through each state and think about which way it would go, and I thought this would be a close one, and it is. If I made this map again in a few weeks, I could easily make a couple of changes, and it could go the other way. But everything does come down to the economy and the running mate and the national environment. There's pros and cons for both of these candidates. Kind of evens out, right down the middle. But this is just what I think. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with this map? If not, which states would you change? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.